Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens, CEO of Sophisticated Press, and I am so excited to come before you today. And we're going to be talking about a few things in publishing, right? Before we get started, I'm just going to go on my phone, you all, and I'm going to make sure that I share my broadcast with my other page, and then we're going to get started. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So my name is Renata Gunn Stevens, CEO of Sophisticated Press. I am the published author of 4 books: Kingdom Speaking in the Boardroom, A Dad's Redemption, 10 Ways to Eliminate Debt by Writing, and also Push, Promote Until Shipping and Handling Happens. And today I want to talk to you about selling your experience, your expertise, and not your experience. Selling your expertise and not your experience. And I put some lipstick on you all, and you know how I be in your cracks. That's okay. We're gonna get it together. So before we get started, let me also shout out to the glasses. Let me explain the glasses, you all. I promise you, if you follow Sophisticated Press, you know that I love me some glasses, right? The problem is, you all, let me show you. When I put my glasses on, then there's a glare, right? And that just doesn't, that's irritating to me. So I know it'll be irritating to you all. So I found these trendy glasses, you all. They're not even really glasses, but you just get the effect of the glasses and you just put them on your nose like this, and now there's no glare. So check out these new glasses. Shout out to the new glasses that Sophisticated Press is rocking today. So let's talk today about selling your experience, selling your expertise versus your experience. And I want to tell you why that's important. A lot of you want to tell your story and you want to publish a book and you want to lead with your biography first. You want to tell your story of triumph. You want to tell your story of redemption. You want to tell your story on how, like, you made it, right? And that's great. I think that that book should be in the marketplace. But here's the thing. If you tell your story about your experience first before your expertise, what happens is people don't know you. And so are they really going to be interested in your story if they don't know you? With Michelle Obama, her story, Becoming, was actually the #1 biography. Like, she broke records with that, right? But why did Michelle Obama break records with her biography? She broke records with her biography because they knew her expertise first, and then they wanted to know her experience, and they wanted to read her book. And so here at Sophisticated Press, we believe that every business should have a book, and every book is a business. And so already in the marketplace, you all, there are not a lot of African American business books. So we actually need your expertise first before we know about your experiences in life. I'm telling you all, like, it makes sense, right? Look at Chadwick Boseman, right? He did not tell his experience of going through colon cancer. He just led with his expertise of being an actor. But I guarantee you now, if someone writes his biography, it's going to sell off the rackets. Why? Because now that the world know who he is, they want to know, well, they know what he does, which is act, which is do these powerful roles. Now they want to know the man behind the expertise. Imagine if you just read Steve Jobs' book and you didn't know who he was. You didn't know he was the CEO of Apple. You didn't know that he was the great mind behind these products that we use every day. Then would you really want to read a biography about Steve Jobs? Probably not. Why? Because you don't know who he is. And so I wanted to come on today and talk to you about that and the importance of leading with your expertise in your book. And then your second book should be your biography. Now, there are ways that you can mix both together, But it's just really best, you all, because what I don't want to happen is for people to publish books, and then if these books aren't successful, you may think like, well, maybe writing a book is not for me, and that's furthest from the truth. Writing a book is for you. It's just that you have to make sure that you use the right strategy to introduce yourself. For instance, and one of the things that I like about me just as a person, you all, if you all know me, I'm very transparent. I'm very like just off the cuff. So I just got this example in my head. I don't know if it's gonna make sense, but we gonna say it and we gonna see how it come out, right? So I'm in the store, right, and I see a somebody that's really important. Let's say it's a local judge or a local politician, and I'm like, man, there go this person. I need to talk to them. But let's say that I'm not really presentable. Let's say I got on some house shoes. Let's say it's not the great time for me to be like, hey, I'm Renetta Gunn Stevens, CEO of Sophisticated Press. Do I introduce myself to them in the middle of the grocery store, not really prepared, not really presentable, or do I wait for the right type of introduction? Because we know that you only get one chance to make a first impression, right? And this is the same thing with your books. If you introduce your book into the marketplace the wrong way, the wrong genre, then sometimes it kind of throws off the whole rest of the introduction that you had with that person. And some people will allow you a second chance, some people won't. Andrea Thompson said, yeah, yep, the mix together is a great option. Absolutely, you can definitely mix them together. But you need at least to introduce yourself as an expert so that people care. Because the truth of the matter is, people are selfish. And it's okay for people to be selfish. We learn that all the time. The with them. What's in it for me? If they're reading your book just to hear your story, what's in it for them? But if you mix your expertise or you come out first with your expertise in the book, now they're getting that with them, right? Now they're getting that what's in it for me gratification out of your book. But if you just come with the, oh, I was this happened to me, that happened to me, then it's kind of like, well, we don't know you. And maybe your close friends and family members may purchase it, but people in the marketplace in general, unless you got this great book cover, they're not going to care. Like literally, they're not going to care because they don't know you. Biographies are successful because of the person who has already done the work and has displayed their work in the marketplace, and now they come with a biography, and now people want to know the person behind the expertise. And so going back to my example, it's like, do you introduce yourself at that time, or do you wait and say, okay, if this judge was here, I'm probably going to see them again. A, so I'll wait till I'm presentable. Or B, lesson to myself, always come outside prepared because you never know who you're going to meet. It's just like you just find out what lessons that you learned out of that experience. But you don't want to introduce yourself to somebody if you're not ready, and you don't want to introduce your book even though it may be a good book, even though you may have some great stories of triumph in there. But if you haven't established yourself as a person of value, a person of interest, then it's going to be hard to sell the book as a biography because people don't know who you are. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are an entrepreneur, I encourage your first book to be about your business. If you are an entrepreneur, your first book should be about your business because you are an expert. And so there should be no reason why your first book isn't a business book in your genre, right? And so let's bring some more banners up, you all here. Yeah, I just think that your business book should be first, and then you want to come out with your with your um with your biography or with your ministry books, and things like that. And then also I want to talk about this, you all, too. We do have a promotion which is publishing during the pandemic, and I think it's a great time to be a self-published author. I think that now is the time for you to use this downtime that you have, this extra time that you have from the job. This is a great time for you to really just write that book, write about your expertise, write about how you can help other people's lives become better. With this promotion, you all, it is $99 to secure your deposit and to secure your space in the program. The program will be ending and we will not be taking um, any new authors after December 31st because the program does last for a year. And with this program, you do get a published book out of this program. And so I'm going to put the link in the notes. So that way you have access to take a look at it. It has all of the questions answered, FAQ session that you may need on the page. But I think you should really join it because now is the time that publishing during the pandemic. I have some authors who have joined, and do you know within 3 weeks we ready? They book about to be in the marketplace. Why? Because most of you already have your book ready. You just need someone to kind of help you pull it up out of you. You are an expert at what you do. You know what you're doing. You know the subject matter, but you just need somebody to pull that out of you. And that's what Sophisticated Press is going to do for you. And so I encourage you to click on that link, and I want you to definitely just read it, just go through it and see, like, do I have a book for this pandemic? I guarantee you do. Why do I say that? Because everybody have at least one bestseller in them, at least one bestseller in them. And so I want you to actually bring that bestseller out of you. But it's all about strategy. It's all about making sure that you come into the marketplace the right way. I had a client that, I won't say her exact field, but let's just say she was a cook, and she was into the marketplace as a cook, but she was trying to do, and this is an example, so it's not the truth. I'm just changing it up so that way I can protect my clients. So she was a cook, and she was going to bring out a book on technology, and I'm like, no, we're not doing a technology book because you're a cook. We're going to do a cookbook, right? Or vice versa. If you're in technology, why are you doing a book on food? It's just like, no, if you are an entrepreneur, you want to first establish a book for your business. Get a book for your business so that way you can expand your branding. You can take your branding global. You can add credibility to your expertise. That is what your book should be about. It should be about your business. I know we want to tell our stories. I know we have some great lessons that's going to come out of our stories, but you got to prepare the people for the story. It's just like in basketball. You got to bring the ball down the court first, and then you may have to throw it to somebody to get the pressure off of you, and then they throw it back to you, and then you do the layup. Right? It's just like we can't rush the process, because if you rush the process and you just want to get your story out there, then you're going to hurt your story. And then the truth of the matter is, here's something that can happen. Maybe a few years later, once you are constantly in the marketplace and you're building your brand, then people may Google you and go back and buy that book, but you want them to buy that book during pre-orders. You want them to buy that book during the first year of you presenting that book into the marketplace. You don't want them to buy that book 3-4 years later. But if they don't know you, like, honestly, if somebody say, well, why should I buy your book? Oh, because I can help you and I can do this. And they may say, well, you know how many people say they can help me? Like, help me first. Help me first. Because again, remember, people are selfish. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just in our nature. Help me first. And then I'll want to buy your book because I'll believe that you can help me. But most of the time, we want people to buy the book and then tell them or show them how we can help them. No, you got to help them first. That way they know that you're credible. And then they want to buy your book and they want to know more and they want to be able to get more of you. So are there any questions out there? Let me know. We are streaming live on YouTube. We are streaming live on Facebook. So if there's any questions, let me know about your book, because that's also what I like to do weekly. I like to come live and just answer your questions that you have about publishing, the publishing process, um, and that way we can just talk about it. But there are a lot of people who, also when you're telling your story, a lot of clients I get, they have some stories of abuse, they have some stories of some neglect, they have some stories of just, some forgiveness that needs to be done. And I just will say, when you're doing that, make sure you do that with integrity. Make sure that if you are saying someone's name, that you are prepared for them to maybe say something about that or contact a lawyer about that. So I always tell people, if you're going to tell stories about certain things that happen to you, if possible, try to have at least a police report to validate that that happened to you, because you don't want people coming after you for slander. You don't want people coming after you for defamation of character. And so, and then also when you're telling your story, if it does have that abuse or neglect or pain associated with it, make sure that when you're telling it, you're not just dumping those feelings on your reader. You actually are sharing what happened to you, but then also providing more insight on the steps that it took for you to overcome that situation. Because I have had clients in the past, or people that have called me, and they would say, like one guy, it was just like a long, long, long call. And by the time I got off the call, I was depressed for 3 days. Like literally, the stories that he told me, I was depressed for 3 days. And the first thing I wanted to do was tell somebody, because I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. But I knew if I told somebody, they would be depressed for 3 days too. So that's what I'm saying. You don't want to just dump all of that pain and hurt in your manuscript without providing some way in showing the people how you came out of it. Because if some of you all, you just need therapy, but you'll put it in a book, and that'll be therapy to you because you finally got it out the book, but then you just gave it to all your readers. So make sure that when you are telling your stories of triumph, that you also give the steps and you give the strategies on how you came out, so that when people are reading it, they don't feel like you just dumped all of that on them. Okay? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go here. I'm going to put up our number, you all, of how you can contact us, and then you can also add your questions in the comments. So add your questions in the comments. If you're watching this on a replay, still put your questions in the comments, because we do go back and we do answer your questions. We also have discovery calls, you all. The discovery call is $50 for an hour. And during the discovery call, we're going to see what type of book that you should write. We're going to look at your business model, and we're just going to go over all of the opportunities that a book can provide for you in your current business that is established already in the marketplace. And so if you would like to call us, you can here at 630-755-5580. And we would love to set up a discovery call. When you call in, you can just request for the discovery call, and we'll be happy to set that up for you. You all, I was really like, oh my goodness, should I wear these glasses today? But again, it's just like, I love glasses, and I'm really thinking this is about to be my favorite pair of glasses. I really think that this is going to be my favorite pair of glasses, because they're just different and they're just unique. And I'm also different and unique. And so I like them. I like them. I like them. I like them, like them, like them. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, great. If there is no other questions, I'm going to head out, but I just wanted to be available to answer your questions this week if you had any questions about self-publishing. Again, this is the best time to publish a book. This is the best time to display your expertise, because listen, I don't know about y'all, but all I see is people graduating with degrees. All I see is people bouncing up. And so you're going to have to be able to distinguish yourself from everybody else. And the best way that you can distinguish yourself is by publishing a book and putting author under your qualifications. I guarantee you, in your interviews, in your pitching, in your networking circles, when you have a book, you're going to be distinguished in your networks, in your professional circles, and people are going to see you as more qualified in certain situations because you went the extra step and you put your expertise and your data in a book. All right. Well, you know how we end it here at Sophisticated Press. Listen, 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 listen. First, happy Friday again. Second, we love you so much with the love of Jesus Christ. We are so proud of you. We're so proud of everything that you have accomplished and everything you're going to accomplish. And if no one has told you, we know you can do it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.